Just having some elderflower champagne because it's quite warm today and thunder's been threatened as well. So we've just got our dehydrated, these are preserved in salt, and we just soak them.
Well, what are you going to tell them what you're doing?
Oh, we're making sausages. I did say, didn't I?
No.
We're making sausages. So these are skins that I buy, proper hog's casings. You can get synthetics if you're vegetarian, but we soak these out, well, for an hour or a couple of hours, and there's your hog casings ready to make sausages. I haven't got a machine, so I use one of these. This is for anything refilling. You can make sausages with this. This is ideally for sausages. We're using minced beef. We haven't got any pork, so we're just going to be beef sausages. Now the trouble with that is the beef hasn't got much fat, or the beef that we use hasn't got much fat. So I've got some pork fat here, which I took off of some belly pork. So we're going to chop that up and put it in. The last sausages we made were pork and beef. And I suggest that you get some beef, either pork and beef mince mixed in the chops, or pork mince and beef mince. Because the sausages need to be at least 25% fat in order for it to be a sausage. Do you remember the ones in the barbecue, Josh, with the fat zipping out, didn't you? Mm. So we're going to chop this up and we're going to integrate it into our mince and make our sausages. There.
Oh, you've got to make the sausages then.
So I'm just going to make them fairly small. They don't have to be tiny because they will break down, but it will leave nice little spots or pockets of fat throughout the sausages. So we're just cutting it down into smaller sizes.
Now, although we're not using it in this video, Dad usually uses his little mincer and he minces up steaks that he gets from work that are left over and makes it into mincemeat. But today we're just using regular beef mince.
I'll have to keep taking it apart, cleaning it every now and again and putting it back together. It takes a long time, but it does make nice mince. I always tell when it's blocked because it starts kicking back here. You can see your sinew in there, look. So we give this a good squish. Got the fat going in from the pork into the beef, and we're giving it a good squish to make it more into sausage meat. Don't want it too fine, because I want it to be like those cheap sausages you get. So now I'm going to put in pepper, plenty of black pepper. The best way to do these sausages is to make them yourself and then add a little bit of mixture into a frying pan to taste how much salt you've got in there, how much black pepper. So this is just a guide. So plenty of salt gone in, plenty of black pepper. Otherwise you're not going to have any flavour in your sausages. Right, so it's plenty of black pepper and plenty of salt, the main two seasoning ingredients. And then it's up to you how you want to make your sausages from there. I always put sage in mine because these are just going to be like normal sausages, like dinner sausages. I love all this in sausages. A little bit of rosemary. I put plenty of smoked paprika in. I love the smoked paprika in mine. I know it's not a proper traditional sausage, but that's the way I like it. Allspice. You find allspice in a lot of sausages. A little bit of that goes in, which my wife doesn't know about, but you can't have sausages without allspice in it. And then a little bit of coriander. So all the main herbs I like to put into my sausages. And then we're going to mix it up with a spoon first and then grind it in with our hands. So what I'm doing is getting all the, squeezing it through my hands, the mixture. Make it more into sausage meat. You see it's starting to turn into more of a sausage meat now. It smells nice.
Have you got any onions in?
I haven't got any. Yeah, normally.
If you have onions, put onions in.
Eh? Sometimes
have...
I do. You don't have to put them in sausages. A lot of sausages don't come with onions now. You put a little tiny weeny bit of garlic in its place. Right. So that's most of the ingredients in. And at this point you can take a little bit and fry it off and taste it. And if it hasn't got enough salt in it or enough pepper, then you can add a bit more. Rather than make the sausages, why am I down here like this?
No, you're in the fridge.
Yeah. Rather than make the sausages and you think, oh, there's not enough salt in those, not enough pepper, not enough herbs. So I'm adding a little bit more fat.
Over the camera.
I'm adding a little bit more fat. This is beef dripping. This is a really nice one. Superior, whatever it's called. Anyway, it's a really nice one I got from a farm shop. So I just want to make sure that there's plenty of fat in the sausages. People shouldn't be watching this if they don't like fat. Unfortunately, most sausages that you buy have got a lot of fat content in them.
I'm like 33% fat.
What?
Actually, I'm like 38% fat.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, I know Alistair, our friend, who's got a company called Sausage. He made some sausages with 50% fat in them as an experiment, and they were juicy. So I know we've got plenty of fat in them now because it's really sticking to my hands. Now you can add what we call fillers to these, which is like rusk or breadcrumbs, things like that. I don't bother with my sausages, but it is nice because it helps bind the sausage together. They put breadcrumbs in, or they put fillers of bran or something in there. And the traditional sausage has got that in, but I just use mine as pure meat mostly. That's it. I'm going to add a bit more salt because there's not enough salt in there. You can just tell by the smell. So,
sea salt right here.
yeah, I'm going to put some of this in. Coarse sea salt through it. Quite nice. Crunchiness through it. Right, so I think I'm happy now. And you can add things like chili to the sausage, you can add bacon to the sausages, you can have chorizo sausages. But you think how it all started off, it's actually looking like the inside of a sausage now. I'll wash my hands and we'll start filling the machine up. Also, the fat helps with the machine as well, delivering the sausage meat. So all we do, it's just like one of those silicone tubes that people use. The ones you buy in the shop, they already come filled. This one you fill yourself. So you bung your sausage meat in. If you want it a bit easier to make your own sausages, just buy sausage meat. It's usually got high content of fat in there. And you can make pork sausages. So start off small and work your way up with making sausages. And that's it, it's coming out. And to relax, you just press that. Now we get our sausage skin. This is fiddly. Like the fiddliest bit of all of it. Quite dark. If you've ever done anything like this in the dark, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But so I'm sure just slide it over.
Cue the comments.
Huh?
Never mind. Don't know.
We just do it as evenly as possible. So if it's dragging over this side, we pull it over this way like that with your fingers until we get it going on even. So on a nice even spread, almost at the bottom of this one.
Okay, it's not very long, is it?
That's it. So now I leave the bottom open, otherwise I get air. I used to tie this, but then I get air trapped in it and I have to prick it. So I leave the, and you need to hold that. Make sure there's plenty of water on that as well. You need to hold that, let the sausage come out, and then release it to whatever thickness you want. You think, oh my goodness, this isn't working. What is going on here? You'll see in a minute. That's how easy it is. You control it. So you can speed it up or slow it down however you like. Right, got to the end of that now, and then what I do in a minute, we'll get some water and we'll stroke this into a proper sausage. So we take this off again because we're empty. And it's reload. So we can leave the skins on there and then just reload it. It's a bit more tricky this time because there's nowhere for the air to go. You can see those lovely bits of fat in there. And they're going to like decorate the sausage as well, so when you cut through it, you'll see those bits of fat. Do it. Getting all the air out now, as you can see. Get air trapped like that sometimes in. So all we do is give it a little prick there to let the air out, and then we'll be fine. There we are, so leave a long bit there and then leave a long bit there and cut it off. So we're just going to tie a granny knot in that, like you do with a balloon. That's our knot. And we're going to get this end here and cut that, so push that right down, cut that. This is the tricky one, so we push all this mixture down. See, it's easy. Tie it like a balloon. So this is our extra mix that we put in. Get some water on your hands. And start. You can have it however thick you want the sausages. So you can make them thin, or you can make them like normal sausages, or you can make them really thick, like what I call mill sausages. That's it. That's all I'm doing is smoothing it out. That's my favourite part of it. And you can see all the little bits.
Sausage.
See all the little bits of fat in there. Look. So when you cut, it's going to be nice. And then you just take however long you want your sausage. So if you want it that long, go about there. Then we just turn it, twist it, make that nicer sausage. That air will come out. Then we get to the next sausage, we do the same. And they don't have to be perfectly even. I never make them perfectly even because if I want to get 3 sausages out of that, one of them is going to be shorter or longer than the next. So we're twisting and twisting and twisting. And then we can take one sausage. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. It'll be easier when we got these ready. Now this end we can tie now like we did with the others. Doesn't matter where you tie it, just give yourself a bit of space. Water on hands. They are quite strong, these casings, but I find sometimes when I get dry hands I rip them. So we're just doing normal sort of what I call supermarket sized sausages, not the great big ones this time. Sometimes I do great big ones, but just for the video. That's it, look, that's just smoothing it out. You could get the kids to do that, they'd love that. And yet again you can see all the... So if you start doing things like putting loads of fresh herbs in here, like parsley, really green, then you get lovely green flavour, colours through it. You can see the little bits of black pepper, the cracked black pepper in here. So we're going to push this down a little bit. Make another sausage. Now one end's bigger than the other, so we just push it down like that. And layer it out to a sausage. The next sausage. Turn it. Next sausage. You can measure these or you can guess them, it doesn't really matter. It's just a sausage. And we should push that down to there, and we should get 2 out of that one there. I like to dry these out over the fridge, in the fridge overnight. It's better for the sausage. So what we do now is we put them just like that. Get this one here, doesn't matter which one, over and through. Get this one here, over and through, over and through, and that's all we're doing is just tying sausages. But these are separate, that's had a knot in it, so we'll take this knot, turn it around that one a couple of times, we do the same here, over and through, like that. So that's all we're doing, over and throughs. So we're going to join up to the main one over here now. Tells me about all the fillers that they put in these butchers. So you go to the butchers thinking you're going to get fresh sausages, and they put these fillers in, like flavoured fillers. I was a bit disappointed to hear that. So we get a plate, put them on the plate, and leave them in the fridge overnight. Leave them in the fridge overnight, or even a couple of days. And what you're trying to do is just to get the skins to dry out a little bit and shrink. Otherwise, you can cook. I have done cooked them straight away, but they're not as good. If you let them sit in the fridge, all these lovely flavours get marinated together, and the skins dry out a bit and makes a better sausage. So they're going into the fridge like that, not covered. So they're in the fridge. And that's our sausage making video. We'll do some more sausage making videos at some point. Another one maybe. And I think maybe do a vegetarian one with lots of fresh herbs in it for the channel. Yeah. So people can see that you can got the vegetarian side of sausages as well. And we'll integrate lots of fresh herbs so the sausage looks really nice and green. But thanks for watching our sausage video, guys. It's easy, just try it. Start off with using sausage meat from your local supermarket, salt and pepper it, maybe a bit of chopped leek in there is really nice, and try making your own sausages. Thanks very much. You do that with Mum as well.